Mike had always described his mind as a room with no windows. Even as a child, he felt it, something heavy and unseen pressing against his thoughts. Other kids laughed easily, ran without hesitation, trusted the world. Mike didn't. Every decision felt like stepping onto thin ice. Every silence carried a whisper that something was wrong, even when nothing was. By his 20s, the whispers had grown teeth. Anxiety gnawed him constantly. Depression hollowed him out. He lost jobs, relationships, pieces of himself. Nights were the worst, lying awake, heart racing, convinced something terrible was about to happen. But never knowing what. He survived, but that's all it ever felt like. Survival. Then he turned 30. It didn't feel like a milestone. It felt like a deadline. One Sunday morning, after a particularly long night of staring at a ceiling, Mike got in his car and drove without thinking. He passed empty streets, quiet houses, until he saw a small church with a wooden sign out front. The words were simple. Come as you are. For the first time in years, something inside him didn't resist. The church was warm. Not physically, something deeper than that. People smiled at him. Not the forced kind he was used to, but something genuine. The pastor spoke softly, not condemning, not demanding, just inviting. Mike kept going back. Weeks turned into months. The noise in his head didn't vanish, but it quieted. The room without windows felt like it had a door now. Maybe even a crack of light. He started believing something he never had before. That maybe he wasn't broken. That maybe he could be healed. One evening, the pastor approached him. Mike, he said gently, have you thought about being baptized? Mike hesitated. The old voice stirred, don't trust this. Something's wrong. But it was quieter now. Easier to ignore. Yeah, Mike said. I think I'm ready. The day of the baptism arrived. The church gathered around the small pool behind the altar. The water was still, reflecting the overhead lights like glass. Mike stepped in, feeling the cold creep up his legs. The pastor smiled. Do you accept this new life? I do, Mike said. For a moment, everything felt still, peaceful, like the world had paused just for him. Then I baptize you. The pastor lowered him back into the water. For a fraction of a second, everything went silent. And then, something moved in the water, like a dark matter good that latched onto him that very moment. And then, bam! Mike came up gasping. The congregation clapped softly. The pastor smiled. Everything looked normal, but Mike didn't feel normal. The silence was gone. The room in his mind, once heavy, once suffocating, was now crowded. He couldn't explain it, but he felt ill. Then after that's when everything turned for the worst. More sinister things happened, even around his home. He knew he was haunted then. From then on, all he could do is watch his life spiral down till it finally took his life.